Good Monday morning. Today's your first math lesson of the week. It's called Lots of Addition. We're going to add in different ways. For this, you need two pieces of paper, crayons, pencil, and eraser. I will let you go get them. Let's go to the first slide. Okay, here we have simple addition problems. And the first one, I've helped do part of it for you. Look at number 1. We have 3 plus 7 equals 10. And if you've noticed, I have 3 red dots next to that, and I have 7 green dots. But I want to make sure that I have 7 green dots, because it's kind of tricky. So I'm going to make a line through each one of them. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, I do have 7. And the first case, I can tell I have 3 without putting lines through them. So I have 3 dots, 3 red dots, plus 7 green dots should equal 10. So now I want you to point to each one. Let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I have 10. So 3 red dots plus 7 green dots equals 10. Okay, now I'm going to do another problem. And this is where your paper comes in handy, okay? You're going to write the number 4 in pencil. Then you're going to write plus in pencil. And then you're going to write the number 6 in pencil. And then you're going to make an equal sign. And then we have to figure out what the answer is. This is straight addition. Okay, so you should have written 4 plus 6 equals on a piece of paper, And we're going to draw circles to go with that problem. So you need 2 different colors of crayon. So pick your 2 favorite colors of crayon. You got them? Hurry up if you don't. Okay, now take one of those colors of crayon. And you see how the first number is 4? So we're going to make 4 circles next to that problem. We're going to go 1. Oops, okay. Let me try. I thought it was a dark blue. Let's go 1. I guess it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I should have 4. If I want to be sure, I'm going to make a line through each one of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now you make 4 circles next to that problem if you haven't done already, or anywhere on your paper where you have room. Make 4 circles in one color. And count to make sure you just have 4. Now 4 is our first number in the problem. So it says 4 plus 6. So you need to take another color of crayon, not the same color of crayon, please, a different color of crayon. And you're going to make 6 circles. So start drawing them on your paper. Make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And make sure you have 6 circles. So go ahead and make 6 circles if you haven't already. Count to make sure you have 6. Now we're going to count all the circles together. So let's begin. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to count them again. And I'm going to put a black dot in each one if I count. I'm going to go 1, 2. Actually, it's more white, so I'm going to start getting 1, 2. Still white, but that's okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I counted 10. So I'm going to write the number 10 as the answer. So 1 and it's a 0, make 10. So 4 plus 6 makes 10 or equals 10. Please write your 10 down, a 1 and a 0. You should have already written 4 plus 6 equals 10. And I'll wait till you catch up. Some of you already have caught up, some are still working, and that's okay. Now we're going to problem number 3, which is our last problem on this page. Our number sentence goes 5 plus 5 equals blank. Please write on your piece of paper. It doesn't have to be super neat. Write the number 5. Then write the plus. Then write another 5. And then write equal, please. So you should have written 5 plus 5 equals. Go ahead and do it, please. Write 5 plus 5 equals. And we have to find the answer. Drawing always helps it easier than counting your fingers because sometimes you count a finger more than once. So we're going to draw circles again. Our story starts with the number 5. So I'm going to draw 5 circles. I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You please do the same. Draw 5 circles. Then we're going to draw a line through each one of them to make sure we have 5. Let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I due? Yay! So I've already done 5, the first 5. Then it says plus. Then I need to put another 5. So you take another color crayon. Don't take the same color you were working on before. And you guessed it. Let's make 5 more circles. Go 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Please make sure you've drawn 5 circles again, but in a different color this time. I will wait. Now we want to make sure we did 5 circles that time, 5 more circles. So we'll make a line through them to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we did, didn't we? So I'm going to wait for you to catch up. First you did 5 circles in one color. Then draw 5 more circles in a different color. Then we will count them all to see if we have how many we have. I'm hopefully going to put a black dot on them when I count. Let's go 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Somehow it keeps erasing them. 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I counted 10. So my answer is 10. So my addition number sentence goes 5 plus 5 equals 10. Please write your number 10. Now look very carefully at your number problem 1, 2, and 3. And guess what? The last number in each one was 10. So the answer to each one was 10. And they are all different problems, aren't there? So there were at least 3 different ways to make 10. First, I used 3 and then 7 more to make 10. Then I had 4 plus 6, and that made 10. This time, and then I had 5 plus 5 equals 10. So see, there are 3 different ways at least that you can make 10. Now let's go to the next page. You will need a paper for this one. Actually, you know what? Nope, you don't need a paper. You can just watch this one. Because this one is addition with missing numbers. And I know we're having a problem with that because that's kind of tricky, isn't it? So I started the problem for you. You look at number 1. It says 2 plus blank equals 3. Now, I have to look at the answer, which is 3. Not underlining 3. So I drew 3 dots. 1, 2, 3. Because I knew that was the answer. I need to make 3. But right now I only have 2. So I have to see how many more I need to make 3. So I have 3 dots. Now, I'm going to cross out 2 because 2 is my first number. 1 and 2. Now, how many dots do I have left over? I have 1 dot left over. So I'm going to write the number 1. So I have 2 plus 1 equals 3. And I can show you underneath. You don't need to do this. Just watch. See, I have 2 dots in black. Then I add 1 more dot. I have 2 dots in black and 1 dot in green. And I have 3. 1, 2, 3. Can you count them as we point? 1, 2, 3. So we were right. 2 plus 1 equals 3. You have to use takeaway to figure out what's missing, right? And then you add them to make sure it's right. This is tricky, so that's why we're doing it so often. Now look at number 2. 2 says blank plus 1 equals 5. Now I should have drawn 5 dots next to it. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do have 5 dots. I wrote 5 because 5 is my answer to that problem. So we have 1, and how many more would make 5? We're not going to use our fingers this time, though. We will use dots instead. So I do 5 fingers. I do 5 dots. And I'm going to take away 1. Now I want to count how many are left over. Are you ready? Let's point and count. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 left over, so I'm writing the 4. So 4 plus 1 equals 5. I'm going to show you how I know that's true. Because now I'm going to take 4 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4 dots. And I'm going to add 1 more dot of a different color. And I should have 5. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do. Now let's look at our last problem. Problem number 3. It says 5 plus blank equals 8. And guess what? I have drawn 8 dots next to them. I'm going to count by putting a line through them to make sure I have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I do. Now, I already have 5. Pretend I have 5 fingers, but I want to make 8. It's hard to see both my fingers in the small screen, but I want to make 8. So, I'm not going to use my fingers. I'm making dots. So I started by using 8 circles. I'm doing like a takeaway problem to figure out what's missing. I did 8 because 8's my last number. Now I have to cross out 5 because I see the number 5 in my problem too. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now I have to count how many are left. Let's count. 1, 2, 3. And I see 3 are left. So it's 5 plus 3 equals 8. Let's double check if that's correct. So first below that, I'm going to make 5 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to count to make sure I didn't goof. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I put 5 plus 3. So that means I need to make 3 dots in a different color. Or 3 circles. 1. Yep, that would work. 2 and 3. And I can tell without putting lines through them that I have 3. Now, I'd like to count them all together, okay? So I'm going to put a black dot on each one as I count. Because I have written 5 plus 3 equals 8, and I wonder if that's true. Let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that is true. Now let's go to the last slide. Last slide, you do not need your paper. You only need it for the slide before this. I think you'll like the next slide. Let's look. Now here I have pictures of cars. Now, if you'll notice on the left hand, I have 2 cars. And look below that, and I've written a number sentence. And I've written the number 2. That's because I have 2 cars. See, I made a line from that to the number 2. Then I plus. That means I'm going to add the cars together. Now I'm going to count the cars in this picture. Let's count them. I'm going to cross them as we count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to write 6. This time I had a picture to help us figure out what was missing, right? I have 2 plus 6 equals 8. Now I'm going to make sure I am right. I'm going to count them. I'm going to put a big black dot on each of them as I count. Let's begin. 1. Oops, I guess it didn't work. I'm going to make a bigger dot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I had 8. That's the end of our math lesson for today. I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye.